Hey guys, and welcome back to another J.S.T video. Today I'm going to be running through my top recommended accessories and equipment for you to bring if you are just about to start your architectural journey at university. The majority of these items are budget friendly. I will also link these items in the description down below, or closely related items if they are not available. So let's get into it. The first bit of equipment to get, and it's a pretty important one, it's a good backpack. Now this here is the MonoCromo. The biggest advice I can give when it comes to backpacks, because obviously there's a huge range of backpacks out there right now, is you pick one that's right for you. If you go back and watch my last video, I went into all the nitty-gritty details about why this is my new favorite backpack to use. And to sum up, this is probably the most comfortable and also the best feeling backpack I've ever had. And for the price, it was only roughly around 60 to 80 pounds. And I bought it out of the country and it's been very good since then. What's also good about this backpack is it's got a lot of pocket space as well. So I can have things nicely organized, and also the pockets on the side are nice and big. So putting bigger water bottles in and more equipment is more easier to do. But the first bit of equipment, and it's very important for architecture, is a scale bar. Now this scale bar I've had now for the past year, using it for my first year at university, and it's held up really well. And it does exactly what you say on the tin. It's a scale bar. This is the tool that obviously all the architects use, and obviously it's allowing you to draw things to scale, so you can draw bigger things at smaller scale, or whatever scale you would prefer to draw at. And it's a really good tool, and you can get them for fairly cheap as well. Now, focusing on this other pocket as well, you also need a water bottle. This bottle I also picked up on holiday, and it's actually a smart water bottle. It has a screen on the top and it tells me the temperature of my water, and it also has abilities to sterilize. I can add a time reminder. Overall, the feel of it is very nice. It's made out of metal and it's very good build quality. I mean, I picked it up on holiday, and actually I was very lucky because I got this for around £15. But I know smart water bottles here in the UK are fairly expensive. And yeah, it's nice to have a small yet kind of tech water bottle, and I really do like that. So now getting into the backpack itself, the first thing we're going to be pulling out is the laptop. So this is obviously the case for my laptop. It's picked up on Amazon, fairly cheap as well. It's got a little pocket here if you want to store anything smaller as well with your laptop. Typically I keep it empty and I store my cables and stuff elsewhere, which I'll get to later. But now opening this up reveals my laptop, which is MacBook Pro 14-inch M2 from 2023. So I've had this Mac now for just over a year, and it's been an absolute beast of a machine for architecture. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, which is the absolute perfect specs you need for architecture. And I know I said about budget friendly items, and I know this is not exactly budget friendly, but if there was one item I would honestly recommend getting at higher cost, I would always recommend getting a very good laptop. And for me, I'm very good with Mac OS, and also I wanted a laptop with longevity. I don't need to upgrade every year, and this laptop will easily last me 10 years plus. So moving on, we've got iPad. So once again, another pretty pricey item, but this is the iPad Pro 11-inch from 2020. This for me is like my drawing device. I have my Apple Pencil here on the side, and typically this is a sketchbook on the go. Sometimes it can be a bit of a hassle having to get my actual sketchbook out, all my pens, pencils, get that all set up. But here it's just a quick, get the pencil, get ready to draw, and then put it away, done. It's very easy, very reliable, and it's very good at the job. So now that's the back pocket done. I'm going to be going through this top pocket here, and inside here we have quick access to pens and pencils. So this is just one of the pens I've got. It's from Candies. So this was just picked up on Amazon as like a set, and I'm going to go through the set later in detail, but it's a very, very good quality mechanical pencil. And I find when it comes to a lot of mechanical pencils, you don't need anything too expensive. It's all about the feel. And for me, I really like this metal texture. It allows me to have a good grip on it, but it also means when I'm drawing for a long time, it's not feeling too hot or anything, because it keeps nice and cool. And yeah, overall nice pencil. And this here is just a simple 0.3 millimeter. And this here is just a simple 0.3 pen, which is always nice to have for quick access when I would just want to quickly go over my pencil drawings. It's always good to have quick access to these two tools. Also, a recent purchase was one of these, a glove. So you may be wondering why you need one of these. It's very helpful if you draw very often on the iPad. It basically negates the palm of your hand when you're resting it on the iPad, so when you're drawing, you're not going to have any weird glitches where it thinks you're drawing with your palm for some reason. And these are very cheap as well, like a couple of quid. So I would honestly recommend getting yourselves one of these. So now let's get into the main portion of the backpack. First thing, sketchbook. This is just a simple A4 sketchbook. This is where I typically keep all of my notes. This is literally the core of my course as a student. All my work is basically in here, filed, and like diary is all kind of put in this sketchbook. So, and I'd always recommend picking one up. This is a very simple one, just hardcover sketchbook. So pick one up. Very inexpensive as well. So this item may come across a bit weird, but trust me, when you use them, you will appreciate it. And it's just simple stencils. For me, when it comes to doing drawings and stuff, and I'm trying to either create something or redraw something, there's always that one shape that just I can never get right for the life of me. Having these stencils with a variety of different shapes, all at very different accurate sizes, really helps to get like the perfect circle you want, or that perfect triangle, for an example. And honestly, it's just a time saver. Like, there's nothing wrong for people who want to use stencils all the time. So I would highly recommend picking up a pack of stencils. Once again, fairly inexpensive. So now let's get into some pencil cases. So this here is my main pencil case, everything that's inside of it. I don't like to carry too much when I'm going to university because it's more about note taking and light drawings. And then I do my main drawings at home. But this is kind of a good set, I think, to take, especially if you're someone who doesn't like carrying a lot and has to travel a lot as well. So obviously I already covered these, the 4 Candy pencils. This is a 0.9 millimeter pencil, and then this one is a 2 millimeter pencil. And in terms of pens as well, once again, I carry another 0.3 because I do find that I use this pen a lot, and I've also got a 1. So it's good to have 2 different pen ranges as well. So next is a compass. Now this is a stereotypical architectural compass. You may be thinking, what's the difference between this and the standard ones you would carry before at school when you were younger? Well, this one is just, the build quality of it is amazing. The fact that you're turning a wheel instead of like pushing it and then tightening it, like this basically means that the actual stability of it is very strong, and also putting a grip on this as well is very nice. I would really recommend getting this style of compasses because they do last as well much longer. And now with these rulers here, these are just metal ones that are very good to use with pen, because the typical thing about plastic rulers is that when you're drawing them with pen, when you take the ruler off, it actually smudges the lines. So it is good to have a set of metal ones. And these ones here come with a few like stencil marks. They also come in more sizes as well. So it's a very good like mini set to have, especially when I'm on the go. It's good to carry a small set of those. I also carry 3 more pencil cases, and they each have their own kind of unique purpose. This one here is simply a Sharpie pencil case, a collection of all the Sharpies I've collected over the past 10 years of my life, and they're all in this one little pencil case. And it's very good to have a set of markers, which, I mean, I don't really use them often, but it's good to carry them. Next is a set of regular colouring pencils. Very nice to have in a pinch, especially if I feel like I want to add a bit of colour to my drawings. It's very nice to have. And then in this one, a bunch of kind of miscellaneous like thin pens, and especially like my thin coloured pens as well. I carry a spare ruler and a few like highlighters. So now let's move on to the kind of techie things I like to carry in this pocket. Firstly, a mouse. You're going to need a mouse, especially if you're doing CAD on your laptop. Trust me, it is near impossible to do it with just a base trackpad. So I'd honestly recommend getting a mouse. So this item, very, very, very important, especially if you're out all day, a battery pack. Now this is just a simple battery pack picked off of Amazon. This is a 20,000 milliamp battery. So this can actually charge my Mac a small. So this can charge my phone a few times. It can charge my watch and my AirPods a lot. And it can even give a good charge to my iPad and a very little charge to my laptop. But it's very good for an emergency. Now let's move on to the tech pouch. Now this is in combination with the laptop sleeve that I showed earlier, and this can actually attach onto it. Opening this up, it's, as you expect, a bunch of wires. I've got some adapters, I've got a whole bunch of plugs and cables. The biggest thing here I would recommend picking up is just one of these. It's a standard USB-C hub. So the main reason why is that a lot of laptops nowadays have just USB Type-C, which is the modern, latest version of USB. But I really wanted something that gave me access to actually Type A, because Type A is, although it's old, it still does the job, and I still have a lot of accessories that are Type A. And I thought instead of getting an adapter, I might as well just get the hub. So I can actually plug my mouse into this, and then my mouse will still work fine. So I would recommend getting this. So moving on now to the last pocket, and it's nothing special. It's just another sketchbook. Now this is my smaller A5 sketchbook, and this is just very good for taking a whole bunch of notes if I'm on a trip or if I'm out of the country. I'm not going to be carrying my A4 sketchbook, so it's nice to carry just a small one, bring in a pen and a pencil and a ruler, and then I'm all set to go. Very nice to have, especially if you travel a lot and you like to do a lot of drawings. And it's easier to carry, easier to hold, it's light. So I would highly recommend getting a smaller one as well as your big one and using it in tandem. All right, so that's my backpack basically. And wow, what a video, a lot to cover there, a lot of information to take. But all I'm gonna say is look at your budgets, see what you can get. The biggest crucial things is a laptop, I would honestly recommend getting, and also a sketchbook. And get some like mechanical pencils, a pen and a ruler, and you'd be fine. But this for me is what I like to carry, especially for someone who likes to travel a lot. If you're not a traveler, then you won't need to carry this much. This has been my back to school video in 2024. Please leave a like and comment down below for any other future video suggestions. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.